Hello and welcome back to another Bear Central review with me, BearElliott. There's not a lot of comics out there that focus on the LGBT community. Specifically, main characters that happen to be gay, bisexual, lesbian, everything. That was until this week we got introduced to another new character. I wouldn't say new, it's been a reimagined character, because this character's been around for quite some time. DC Comics is kind of leading the way when it comes to LGBT comics. You have Catwoman, who recently came out as bisexual, but her sexuality has always been in question because she kind of gets out there. Then you also have the Batwoman series, which I think that's getting relaunched or was just recently canceled, but they've had one in the past, where Batwoman is an open lesbian. Now, there's not a lot of main character focuses for the LGBT comic book lovers until we have a new one called Midnighter. Midnighter's not a new character to the DC universe. He's actually been around for quite some time. Midnighter is the gay version of Batman, basically. So you have this guy who has genetic modifications done to him where he can basically say and tell what and how you're going to attack them and what the different variations to take you down is. That's his superpower, and he also has a massive healing factor. Take Batman, put a little bit of Wolverine in there, which Batman and Wolverine basically have the exact same personality, and you make them gay, and you have Midnighter. Midnighter #1 came out last week. It's an interesting story. I like it, and I had to pick it up. Now, I have not been a big fan of DC Comics recently because I kind of don't like how they're really focusing on the dark side. But this character is very dark, so it's like, hey, it's not going to be a very big change. Midnighter was introduced when the Authority comic came out. Now, Authority came out quite some time ago, back in the early 2000s. Midnighter was half of a couple duo that eventually got married. He was actually married to Apollo, and they raised a daughter and so forth. Think of Apollo as the gay version of Superman. So it's finally those fanboys have Superman and Batman getting together. Yay, isn't that awesome? Back to Midnighter. Well, Apollo and Midnighter, when DC relaunched in the New 52, they were also relaunched again in Authority. Again, they were a couple. Well, unfortunately, like all relationships, well, I shouldn't say all, but some, most, the majority, a lot. A lot of relationships, they come to an end. Well, Apollo and Midnighter have broken up. Don't see Apollo yet, plus it's only the first issue, so I'm sure he'll be making an appearance eventually. Apollo is out on the dating scene, and yes, he's introduced through a gay app to another guy. That's interesting that there is a gay cruising app in the DC universe. Really makes me want to know if Nightwing has a profile. That's a character that I'm waiting for it to come out. I'm sorry, Dick, but I know you've had a lot of relationship with girls, but come on. Come on. Let's just be honest. Look at one of my past reviews for some of Batman and Robin's little kinkiness that was going on in the Batcave. Yeah. Back to Midnighter. Midnighter #1 was not a bad comic. It was kind of predictable. It was the first time I ever remember seeing, and I used to read The Authority pretty religiously, and I don't ever remember him taking off his helmet or his mask. So this was the first time I saw him, and he goes out on a date, and he meets this guy, and him and this guy hook up, and then, shockingly enough, they end up in bed together. So after just hooking up once, Midnighter is a little possessive. Just a little. He puts a tracker in his neck. He goes, no, I can't track you. You can only track, if you need me, then you just hit that little thing and it tells me where you are so I can come help you. Funny enough, this is up in the 300s, so I think we can pretty much assume that Midnighter's a slut. Yeah, he's a big old whore. And I got the impression that he's the top from the comic. Maybe not. Who knows? He does have that massive healing factor. It was a pretty okay comic. I wouldn't say it was great. I'm definitely going to give it a try for one more issue, maybe a couple more, just because, you know, you don't get a lot of the LGBT superheroes out there, and I'm kind of curious what they're going to do with this character, especially at DC. Can't get any darker. Yeah, it's kind of like in Pitch Black right now. But hey, definitely something to check out. Again, it's Midnighter. There, see? Available on digital download. I got mine at Comixology, but you can also you can get it for the regular comic as well. I just don't collect the regular comics because I got really sick of carrying them around. After moving to 4 different states and having to carry around my comic book collection. I would much rather like to keep them up like in a storage that's not like physically I have to break my back to carry around. So definitely check it out. Okay, so out of my Paw review, you know, I always review out of 5. I'm giving this one a 2.5. It's okay. It's not good. It's okay. I don't know. It's okay. It's an okay comic. I wouldn't say it's great. Artwork's not bad. I thought that the facial expression on a lot of the characters was kind of weird, but it is neat finding out the backstory of Midnighter, because you have never gotten that before, or like how he got his powers or anything like that. You just know that he was screwed around with, and all of a sudden he's like this amazing killing machine. So definitely, I would try it out, but maybe wait until it gets in trade form so you can like read 5 of them at once. So until next time, bye, Cublets!
I could go out in the darkness, see you calling my name. I hear you shouting, hear you calling, but it's not the same. Every word that you are throwing right into my back doesn't matter to me, cause I'm keeping my track. Let me go. Let me go.